Hey everybody, this is Frankie Abruzzino, and I'm doing my summary of the news over the past 24 hours. So the scoop on the news for Sarasota County. Normally I do this for the radio show, but today they're just running a recorded session, so I didn't really do it. And I thought, well, let me go ahead and knock it out for the pages. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we got this repeat offender. I put this out in not too long ago. Basically, this guy was arrested on multiple arrests, and he was sentenced to 24 years in prison. There's also an additional charge where there's involving child neglect or culpable negligence. And this is a guy that was basically out here in Venice and robbing out at the country club in Venice. Got away with a few cars, tried robbing them. The K9 came after him, got busted, but looks like this guy, Stephen Pitts, will be spending some time behind bars. Northport, this was funny yesterday. Northport is, their social media is run by Josh Taylor, and he used to be the reporter for the Venice Northport area with WWSB, and he puts out some of the funniest postings when there's arrests and stuff. But this one's about Northport man. He was attempted to flee on a $550 bike. 39-year-old Timothy Roberts, and he's tried to steal from Louis' bicycle down there in Northport, but they basically ran after him, tackled him, and a scuffle ensued, and then the MPP came there and busted him. And I'm going to cover another story in a second, but it's ironic. This employee will probably keep his job, but that's not what happened with another employee that I'll cover in a second. Prolific offender. There he is. I just covered that. Don't know. That's my scoop version of it. Okay, now on to Sarasota Area County Transit. They're going to offer free Wi-Fi. Good thing happening on the SCAT buses. So if you're a SCAT rider, you got free Wi-Fi now out there. Also on Election Day, November 8th, they're encouraging locals to get out and vote. So they're offering free rides on Election Day with good things happening out there with SCAT. So get on your SCAT bus and go vote on November 8th. Here's 44-year-old Jennifer Kerr. This is part of the Fugitive Friday that the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office puts out. And she's basically wanted for contempt of court, failure to appear for driver's license suspended. Hardened criminal. If you know anything, call Crime Stoppers. Venice Police. This is something that's been going on for a while, and the city council is they'll probably go ahead and run and approve this, but basically officers voted on Thursday night to reopen their contract with the city to create performance-based structured increases. They'll be phased in over the life of the 3-year contract. I know there were different issues, which I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about, but basically out of the 32 officers, 25 agreed, 7 just said, no, we're not going for it. This will go before the council on Election Day, November 8th, and it will kick in on November 14th if they approve. The city council did agree to add about $164,000 to the budget to cover police salaries. City Commission in Sarasota to meet privately to settlement agreement. This is on that Lift Station 87. You know, when I was on Phil's gang and I used to do a Saturday show, I remember covering this, and it was all because City Commissioner, God, what's her name? The City Commissioner Chapman wanted it moved out of her neighborhood. And this thing has cost the city of Sarasota a ton of money. It's taken a ton of time, all because they didn't want it in that neighborhood. And basically, they're going to have a closed door meeting at 1 p.m. on November 7th ahead of their scheduled meeting with their city attorney, Robert Fournier, to discuss the ongoing settlement negotiations and strategy related to the litigation expenditures with this project. What a mess that turned into. Yesterday, minor accident with a school bus. You had an 18-year-old Danielle Lopez. He was going east on Venice Avenue and heading towards River Road. I guess he didn't see the bus, which was driven by Lynn Snyder, 47. He hit it. There were 8 students on board. A few of them, three of them suffered some minor injuries and were brought to Venice Hospital. Voter registration. It looks like it's going pretty good. I've heard a lot of talk about early. I'm not sure how absentee went, but I know early voting, it's been pretty crowded, some long lines, and a great amount of turnout. And Dent is saying that it will equal to, if not be better than what we saw in 2012. So there's a lot of people out there that want to get out and ensure that their vote is counted. So that's a good thing. I personally, I don't go until November 8th because for some reason, I like going there on Election Day, getting my I voted sticker, and I don't know why, but that's how I do it. The purse snatching. This is the story I was telling you about. This actually was a manager. He stopped the purse snatching, got the purse back. Ended up yesterday. The scoop on the street is that he was demoted, which is about a $20,000 a year hit. Because Publix does have a policy against it. I had it on my scoop, took it off at a request of somebody that I won't go into that information, but I put it back on once I heard the hit that this guy was taking. I get that they have a policy against it, but that is a significant hit for somebody that is, I guess, well liked. My understanding is that it was a new regional guy that nobody really likes that came in and gave him the axe. Not the axe, but the demotion. That's it for the news. Just to cover some stuff that's happening this weekend. Tonight you have the Hunting on the Harbor Halloween Festival over in Punta Gorda. So for Inglewood folks, 10th annual Trick or Treat at City Hall today at 5 o'clock in Northport. You have Trunk or Treat in Sarasota at the R.L. Taylor Community Complex. In Inglewood this weekend, you have the Inglewood Fire Tower of Terror Haunted House. Check that out at the Inglewood Fire Training Center. Today you have the Last Caress, the Misfits tribute. So that's happening up in Sarasota, if anybody in the punk scene like I am. Rocky Horror Show down in Inglewood Event Center starts today at 9 p.m. Pet Halloween Costume Contest at Flamingo's Nest. I think that's up in Sarasota. You get to meet Clyde Butcher. This is a Venice guy known for his black and whites. Really great photos. You can meet him, and that's at his gallery here in Venice. Sip the Sun, All Florida Craft Beer Festival. That's tomorrow at 12 at Nathan Benderson Park. Trunk or Treat at Venice Presbyterian Church tomorrow at 4. Light Up the Trunk or Treat at Grace on the Island in Venice, Florida. That's tomorrow at 5:30. Halloween Trick or Treat at Westville Square Mall. That's tomorrow at 6 p.m. Halloween Extravaganza at the Inglewood Civic Center tomorrow at 8 p.m. Country for Syria is a band with a little bit of Arabic tone, I guess, to it. That's tomorrow at 8 p.m. in Sarasota. Spooktacular out at Selby Gardens. That's Sunday at 10. There is going to be on Monday a children's Halloween parade here in Venice. Some people have asked about it. Now, with all these events, as usual, I will share them on the page accordingly on the Sarasota or Venice Scoop, wherever the area that it's taking place is at. All right, that's been a summary of the news over the past 24 hours for Sarasota County. Everybody have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday.